right, we ready? All right. Obviously, we're here for the health insurance. This is our open enrollment meeting. So what I plan to do today is go through the benefits with you. There's some paperwork. There's an election form, one that looks like this. Before you leave, if you could fill it out, elect your coverage, sign date. If there's a reason why you can't choose your coverage today, you just hang out until I kind of collect everything, and then we'll talk about what you need to be able to make a decision. Okay, so if you have to go talk to a spouse or do something, just let me know, and we'll work through that. Just have a smaller group. If you have any questions, just interrupt me in the middle, and I'll answer it then at the end of the meeting. If you have more of a personal question you want to come up, I'll hang out. We can talk. Okay, is that a deal? All right. So first off, there was a huge increase on the insurance. So we had to take a step back and get creative again. So we were able to get creative and keep your coverage pretty similar to what you currently have, and keep the rates pretty similar to what you currently have. But there is an extra step that's involved. So when we go through this, you're going to see bigger deductibles and things going on. We're going to take care of a lot of that, so just wait till I get through the whole thing before you feel like this isn't any good. Okay? I'm going to go through the book. Everybody has their open enrollment book. Because of time, I'm not going to go through everything line by line in here. I'm going to paraphrase, and I'll put a little emphasis on some things. Just make sure everybody's okay, and just skip over some other stuff. You have this to follow up whenever you need to. So the first page in there is just a table of contents, has a description. It talks about 32 hours a week to be enrolled at the top. Children up to age 26 can be on the plan. So there's your eligibility for the health plan. The next page, so we are staying with Aetna. Okay, so we're not changing carriers. See all your member service phone numbers, pharmacy phone numbers, mail order phone numbers, teledoc. So there's all the information from Aetna. The next page is how your plan works. This is still a PPO network, same network you have now. You don't need referrals to go see a specialist. You can go see who you want to go. You can set up an account with that. Now you can go online. There's different tools you can use online. Finding doctors, there's a doctor search. There's different wellness and tools online that you can get to. So, next page, we get into the plan design. So plan design and benefits. Everybody get there? Okay, so your old plan has a $2,000 individual deductible, $4,000 family. Your new plan has a $5,750 deductible, $11,500 for a family. So that's a big difference. Shadowlight's going to cover the second piece of that deductible. Say another thing that's different about this is after, and I'll use the single, most of us are on singles. If you're a family, it's double. But after $5,750, the insurance is going to pay 70%. You're responsible for 30%. And then you see there's an out-of-pocket maximum, $6,550. Once $6,550 is met as a single, your deductible, co-insurance, any co-pays that might be there after the deductible's met, once you hit 6550, then the plan pays 100% for everything. So you end up in the hospital with a $100,000 bill. Worst case is you're out $6,550 from the plan. Then there'll be a reimbursement for part of this through Shadowlight that I'll go through. Okay, so everybody understand the plan difference. Last year, $2,000 deductible, this year $5,750, and then there's that 30% co-insurance, and you got a maximum out of pocket $65.50. I'm going to assume everybody understands what I'm talking about. We're going to go through it one more time.
We hear what you're saying, but until it actually happens.
So you have to pay your deductible, you have to pay then the out-of-pocket cost. Now Shadowlight's going to pay half of the deductible.
So Shadowlight's, once you meet 2,000 as a single, Shadowlight's going to reimburse you between $2,000 and $57.50.
Okay, so it's half of the $57.50, and then there's $65.50, so it's actually around
It's a little more than, okay?
$9,000.
So we're going right. Okay, so you get a $2,000 bill. Who pays it? You do. It's yours. Now you get a $3,750 bill. Who pays it? Shadowlight. You have to submit a claim form to get your money, but if you do that, Shadowlight's going to pay it. Now, right, $2,037.50, so we're at $57.50, and now you get a bill in the mail for $100. Okay, 70/30. After you meet that $57.50, the insurance is going to pay 70. You pay 30. So out of the $100 bill, the insurance will pay $70. You pay 30. Once you hit $65.50 out of pocket for everything that we just talked about, total, including deductible, co-insurance, any co-pays in there. Once we hit that number, and now you go into the ER and you have a $3,000 bill, who pays it? Insurance company.
That's Christmas.
Got it? You pay. Shadowlight pays. You pay the co-insurance again, then the insurance pays. Okay, most of you, if you don't hit $57.50, then your out of pocket's the same as it was. If you have larger bills, you have a little bit extra. Compared to where we started, it's not a bad deal. Still not a bad deal. Good? Good now? Anybody? Anybody has questions? Come see this table here. Okay. This is still a health savings account. This is still an HSA qualified plan. So before $57.50, you go to the doctor, you have a prescription, everything you do is going to go towards that deductible. Right? So you go to the doctor, there's no copay still. You go to the pharmacy, there's no copay. You're paying that discounted rate through Aetna. Okay, if you go for wellness, do you have to pay for wellness? Go for colonoscopy, routine annual checkup, mammogram, right? Those preventive services are paid by Aetna. You don't have to pay those. Everything else goes towards your deductible up to $2,000. Then you submit claims to get reimbursed. Okay? You can go through this after $57.50. There's some co-pays for different things. I'm not going to go through this. Most of you aren't going to hit that. But if you did, like an office visit, you'll get a $30 copay instead of paying the whole amount. So I'm going to go through the rest of the plan design. There's a page that says Summary of Material Modifications. Okay, this is just telling you what your current was and what the new benefits were. So there's the plan change. not very exciting. The next page, this talks about your high deductible health plan and your HSA account. Is there anybody not comfortable? Is there anybody here that doesn't have an HSA account open in a bank?
Yeah, there are.
Okay. I encourage you to open one up. So I'll go through this. This should be a review. This is a qualified high deductible health plan which enables you to go to a bank, open up a health savings account. With that health savings account, you're able to put money into that account. The money you put in is pre-tax, right? When you look at your pay stub, you get a gross amount, and then they take out taxes, federal, state, local, payroll taxes, all those taxes come out. So your $700 paycheck is now $480. So what we're doing is we're taking money out of the $700 before all the taxes are taken out. That 100% of your money, no taxes taken out, goes into that HSA account, and you can use that money to pay for your out-of-pocket expenses. So if you have a $100 bill that you owe, you can pay out of your HSA account. You just save taxes. You saved $25 or $30 in taxes. So the money in that account can pay for all of your medical, can pay for dental, can pay for any vision expenses you have. And the money in the account, you can use it to pay for any of those qualified expenses for anybody in your household. It's on your tax return. So even though your spouse or children aren't on this plan, you can still use that money to pay for their copay through CHIP or through a spouse's plan. You go to the dentist, you got $100 to pay, you can use your HSA account money to pay for it, pre-tax. Just like a deduction. Everybody likes deductions, it helps you pay less tax, right? Same thing. Pre-tax deduction. You're doing payroll deductions? So on the election form, when we get to that point, you'll be able to say, I want to take, $10 a pay, $50 a pay off of my paycheck pre-tax, and Diane will set it up so it goes right into your HSA account. Okay, the benefit of that is you're also not paying payroll taxes at that point. That's the best way to do it. You want to take your after-tax money and put it into the account, you can do so. When you file your taxes, there's going to be a line that says HSA contributions. You get a statement from the bank, you'll put it on there and you'll get that credit. You won't get your payroll tax back, but you'll get federal, state, local back.
That's an HSA, not an FSA. You don't lose the money at the end of the year. It's yours. It rolls from year to year to year.
I have clients that have $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in their HSA account that have accumulated over a decade. All pre-tax money earning pre-tax interest.
It's yours.
You never lose it. When it goes in there, you never lose it.
It's a good way to save money, pre-tax. Yeah. Max it out if you can.
Has to be used for medical expenses.
Sure.
Only.
Has to be used for qualified medical
Who
expenses.
doesn't need a dentist or glasses or?
Okay, so say
Put in there.
you have an account open, you only have $10 in your account, and you have a $1,000 bill. Okay, as long as you have the account open, you don't necessarily you don't have to have the money in the account when you get a bill. So you can have a $1,000 bill in front of you. You can put $1,000 into your account today, and then you can pay your bill tomorrow. As long as the money hits the account, it doesn't have to stay there. It doesn't have to be there before a bill comes. Don't get that bill.
Don't pay the bill before you put the money there.
What's that?
Don't pay the bill before you put the money there.
And you
Just
could.
be clear, let's not.
Okay, I won't go there. Right, put the money in the account. Say you don't have $1,000 put into the account. Go to the doctor, go to the provider, say, hey, I want to go on a payment plan, $100 a month. Put $100 a month into your account, pay the bill $100 a month. You just saved yourself $200, $300. Okay, I live in Lancaster. My team is right here in Lancaster. When something like this comes up, you're like, I got this bill, I don't have any money in my account, I don't remember what Bill said to do. Don't just pay the bill and lose out on a couple $100. I want you guys to have that money. You'll do a better job with it than sending it off to the government. All right? Call us. We're here for you, we're your advocate. Call us, say, hey, I got this bill, I got this HSA account, how am I supposed to do this? We'll help you set up a payment plan, we'll call your doctor, we'll do whatever we need to do to help you through this so you understand how to do it. All right, because I can't stand up here and go through every single scenario that may come up with this HSA account, your insurance, and everything else. So in 6 months from now. You're not going to remember what I said. So make sure you call us and we'll help you through this. We want to make sure that you get the most out of the benefit that Shadowlight is providing you that you can. So again, if you don't have an HSA account open, I suggest, who are the accounts open through?
It's easiest to open through BB&T. I have paperwork for that. You can check with your own bank. Not all banks will manage the HSA because it's a pain in the butt. BB&T does for $3 a month.
Okay? So see Diane, if you don't have an account open, go to your current bank if you want. Orrstown Bank doesn't charge fees. Again, you have any questions, let me know. Okay, am I good to move on from the HSA side? We've talked about the next page. It says stacked HSA, HRA. That just means that we have an HSA plan and we put that reimbursement that Shadowlight does, it's called a health reimbursement arrangement, HRA. So we put that HRA on top of the HSA, that's what that means. And this just goes through, and we already talked about this. You're responsible for $2,000. Shadowlight will pay the rest of the deductible. You're responsible for the co-insurance. Okay, so I'm not going to go through this again. Everybody still good there? Fantastic. Next page, Shadowlight Group Health Reimbursement Arrangement. It's just the legal side of it. We can skip that. We already went through it. And believe it or not, the rest of all the pages are just legal compliance stuff. Review of your Section 125. This just tells you that there's a plan in place here at Shadowlight that allows your contribution for the health insurance to be taken off your paycheck on a pre-tax basis. That's really good. That's same as the HSA deduction you'll get. Okay, so that's there. There's a page on employee rights. There's a page on your privacy. So all your information here is kept private under the law. There's a page in here about Medicare Part D plans, if anybody's approaching Medicare age. There's a page in here when you go back about your rights under COBRA. If you left here, you have the ability to continue the same coverage through COBRA. So it talks about that. For 3 pages. And then in the back, this is the same, this is the legal plan design that we're supposed to give you. This is the same benefits that we talked about earlier in the book. So the benefit summary that we looked at earlier in the book, I think is easier to read. This is the same thing. This is the government format of it. Yes?
On the services that are generally not covered, care adults and children.
That's for the health plan. That's for the health insurance plan, not the HSA.
Okay.
All right, so the health plan doesn't cover dental and vision, routine dental and vision, but your HSA does. Okay?
Thank you.
Yep. Everybody has this claim form. This is when you hit your 2,000 as an individual. This is the claim form that you need. It's self-explanatory. Follow the instructions. We need an explanation of benefits, not your bill. The EOB that comes from Aetna. Should come in the mail. If it doesn't come in the mail, you can log on to Aetna's website, create an account. We'll give you access to all your EOBs. If you don't get it in the mail and you don't have a computer or you don't know how to go online to figure it out or it's confusing, what do? Call us. We'll help you through it. We'll create your account online over the phone with you. We'll pull down that EOB for you. We'll send it to you. We'll make sure that you get what you need to be able to submit this. So you use this and an EOB, and it tells you where to send it. You send it to them, you'll get a check back in the mail. They're not going to pay your bill for you. You're going to get a check. You need to use that money to pay the bill. Use the money and buy a TV. You're still responsible for the bill, not Shadowlight. It's yours. Do not take this and give it to Diane, because she's not doing this. There's a third party that does this. So if you need help, call us, we'll help you. Diane will have extra claim forms if you need them. You can copy these, make as many as you like. And guys, it's pretty simple. Once you do it once, it's nothing. You can accumulate a couple. You have something going on, you can accumulate them and send them on at once. You can send them in as they come in, it doesn't matter. If you send one of these in and it's a bill, it's your first bill and it's $1,500, are you going to get a check back? No. This is only reimbursing after you meet $2,000. Okay? That's that.
Hey Bill, what happens if you have a bill that's, you're at $1,900 and you get a $200 bill?
Good question. So if you get a bill and any part of that bill eclipses the 2,000 mark, you got to send it in and you'll get the reimbursement from 2,000 on. So if the bill hits your deductible from 1,500 to 2,500, you send it in, you'll get a bill, you'll get a check back for $500. Not 1,000. All right? All right. Couple notes. We went over direct care a couple months ago. I can see the claims that run through Shadowlight, and I know there are some of you that are going out and you're spending money, and you're not sending us asking for a recommendation. So that means you're spending more money than you probably should. So we have a deductible reset. You guys are going to be responsible all over again, starting from zero, December 1st, for that first $2,000. This can help you save money. I'm not going to go through the whole thing again, but you go for lab work and you get a $150 bill and you're paying it. Just remember me talking in the back of your ear saying, you know, that probably was only worth 35 bucks. You're paying a lot more than you need to. Any testing, any small surgeries, remember, you get through that $2,000, right? Shadowlight's reimbursing, they want you to come to us and do this. Because they don't want to give $1,000 to somebody to reimburse, they want to give them $300. We're going to go to the right place, and then you get a bonus in your paycheck. So we're leaving money on the table. Some of you have done this, but I see things going through, and you're not. You're burning money. I don't know how else to say it. You're just burning money. It's like going to the gas station and paying $6 a gallon. You'd be outraged. You would go across the street where it's $3, wouldn't you? Send me this. Does anybody need one of these? Does anybody have prescriptions that we haven't helped you through? Does anybody have any wellness coming up? Mammograms, colonoscopies, blood work, anything like that? It's on the horizon that you want a recommendation for. I'll take a look too. Yes, you can copy it and make them. you don't want to fill it out, you can just call me on the telephone. We can do it over the phone.
Ja, ik heb mijn video. Ja, Jannetje, anders ben ik eventjes foto's.
If you're ever scheduling a surgery, you need to go in and you need to get something, whatever it is, right? Let us know. We'll help you find a place. Emergency services, can't help you, right? If it's emergency, just go. Although use urgent care instead of the ER when available, right? And remember, this is medical, this is also prescriptions. All right. The direct care, we talked about the medical and prescriptions. Just a reminder, that card that you have is good for dental and vision discounts. Just a reminder, you take that card and go to one of our providers, you're going to save about 30%. And then you pay that discounted rate through your HSA account. You save 20–25% in taxes. You just cut the cost of your expense in half. And you didn't have to pay any insurance premium. You don't have any paperwork to file. Pretty simple.
I just wanted to say, I just did that this summer when my eyes got new last year.
That little card, $400. My wife saved $1,800 on dental. Bone graft, implant, crown, would have been $6,000 with our card. We saved $1,800. And also remember, on the back of the card is a prescription discount card on the back. So if you need, you go to the doctor and they write you they call in an antibiotic or something like that, and you're going in to CVS or wherever, you can give them your Aetna card and see what it costs. You can also give them our direct care card and see what it costs. Most likely our cards can be less expensive than what it's going to cost through the Aetna. And just a hint, if you're doing that, have them call it in to Weiss Pharmacy, Giant Pharmacy, Walmart. Those are the places where our card has the best prices. If you have a maintenance prescription, don't just go use the card. Fill out the form, send it to us, because there may be something better than our card. We have time to look it up. So, all right, that's that. The last piece is the actual election form. Does anybody need a pen? Section 1, fill out your personal information. In the middle, it says add, delete, change. If you're keeping your enrollment the same, if you're an employee and you're enrolling as an employee, nothing goes in there. If you're an employee spouse and you're enrolling as an employee spouse, nothing goes in here. Only if you're adding a dependent or spouse or taking off a dependent or spouse. So I want you to put that dependent or spouse in here with a add or delete, A or D in the first sign, okay? I don't expect to see much of that. Next section, there's a Waive Coverage button. And if you're electing the coverage, you can see these are monthly rates, although they'll be taken out of your paycheck 24 times a year. So the monthly rate for an employee only is $23.06. So that's what, $11.52 per pet. That actually went down from last year. If you're enrolling in employee, spouse, employee, child, and family, they went up slightly. Once you have this all done, sign and date on the bottom.
question on the HSA payroll deduction, if we're just keeping it the same, can we put the same in there?
Yes. Write the word same. If you have nothing in there, Diane's gonna take your deduction away. You have to have same or a dollar amount on the HSA payroll deduction line.
Don't forget to put your name on it. Last time I got a lot of papers that said same. Who? They had no names.
Section 1, you gotta put your name and stuff on.
What's the max?
That's a -1 point without a name.
Are you over 55? 3,500
Who is enrolling with a spouse on the plan? Hands, please. Anybody else have a spouse? Yeah, let me cycle everything, fill it out as far as you can.
Who wasn't this?
That's fine, we'll give you a couple days. Understand. You have time to like hang out at the end, or you have to go with this? Anybody else have a spouse?
Spouse, family? Family, you're just spouse.
Spouse and family, if the spouse is on. Right, so
It's the same form, it's just for their spouse.
right, this Shadowlight has the spousal policies. So if you have a spouse that's on the plan and they have coverage available through their work and you're taking this, you're getting a $200 surcharge. Okay, if your spouse does not have coverage available, spouse is part-time somewhere, where she works or he works, they don't offer insurance, or like my wife takes care of the kids, now you're eligible to put your spouse on without the surcharge. So what I gave everybody that has a spouse in the plan is an affidavit. You go through it just saying that you're certifying that your wife doesn't have coverage available. I'll give you guys a wrong form. I give you guys another health reimbursement form.
Yeah.
You had a spouse. It was on a pile of its own. Too many papers, Bill.
All right, let's try this again. Everybody with the spouse. Spouse. Did you guys have a spouse now?
I have a significant other half.
Not on the plan. Sorry about that. Spouse. That's it? Any other questions? We're all good. Anything you guys want to say? We're all good?
Shannon's got something, and Kim's got
Yes.
I turn 26 next year in August.
Congratulations.
Do I use, what do I?
You're on your parents' plan right
Yeah,
now?
right, correct.
So you'll waive
For now.
for
and
now.
then- Yeah.
When you lose, it's a special enrollment and you can come and get on the plan at that time. Yes.
First time. Here he comes. Look at that. Look at that. These two just met for the first time. And this is the very first fawn for the year.
Yep. Yep. So anybody that can't make the decision today, please fill out the form. Don't select the election, or don't waive, or don't, but hand the form in to me, and I'll give you a blank one to take with you. But I want to have everybody hand in an election form. If it's not complete, we'll come track you down. I'll give you a blank one. Okay? All right. Any other questions?
No, I think, Phil did a great job, but just, the nutshell of this, and I'm pretty sure I'm right. Your deductible is the same amount as it was last time. Your weekly rate went down, but Shadowlight's putting over $100,000 in this pool, and we're betting that as a company, we're not gonna spend that money. And like he said, we're reimbursing you for the $37.50 of that, but we're betting that through, and this is where it even becomes more important to go to him for the tests and that stuff. So if you have to get a $2,500 MRI, you're past the $2,000 deductible, and you say, I don't really give a shit, I'm gonna go get a $2,500 MRI because I already paid my deductible. Well, if you can go get a $1,500 or $1,000 MRI, we're not paying out of that $100,000 pool. And at the end of the year, Shadowlight's more profitable because we didn't spend out of that pool. And secondly, next year, when the insurance comes up, they're gonna look at this and say, just like the year before, wow, this company is really efficient. They're saving Aetna money. And the more money they can save Aetna next year, our rate can not go up or go down again. But, it's a little more complicated this year, but your deductible is the same as it was before. You're paying less per month or per week or whatever you want to think about it, but there's a big chunk of change between the $3,750 times everybody that's in here. There's a big chunk of change there, and we're throwing that into the lottery. And if we use all that money, plus then Aetna starts paying claims, next year it's not going to be so pretty. So we're changing it up, and we're kind of, if you think about it, kind of buying a lottery ticket and trying to, at the end of the day, save money. So
doing this saves you money.
Right.
Saves the plan money that could affect our renewal next year. So all of you using this have a little bit of an impact on what happens.
It's your money before the $2,000. It's everybody's money after the $2,000. So,
And keep eating your fruits and vegetables.
yeah.
Thank you,
That has an effect too.
And remember, guys, we're not restricting anybody with care. Right? When it's your decision on getting whatever you need, all we want to do is give you the options on where you can go. In the end, you make your own decision.
Right, yeah.
But when you see things come up and literally $500 for an MRI here in Lancaster, and you can get them for over $1,000 at the hospital system, it's the same machine, the same doctors are going to read it. Wherever you have it, quantum imaging reads everybody's MRI results. So it doesn't matter where you have it, the same group is going to read it. Why are we spending an extra $1,500 for what? So you can go pay for parking to walk into the hospital instead of free parking and convenient to walk into an outpatient center? And I'll take the outpatient center and the $500.
Does it matter where you live for the direct care thing?
Nope, we help people all over the country do this. Doesn't matter where you're at.
Any word on vets being included on that?
On what?
Vets.
Actually, there are a couple of veterinarians in the direct care network that you can go to and get a discount.
Use it, Aaron.
Okay. That's good, right?
Yep, they are expensive. So I think it's 10-15% savings at a couple vets in Lancaster. There's a couple restaurants in there. We haven't grown that part of the network much, but there are some things in there you can use it for. I can use my card to Pita Pit on Harrisburg Pike. Save 15%.
Last question, Bill. We have a couple people who may be enrolling for the first time in December. does this suffice, or do I need to give them the 4-page Aetna paper?
I think this will suffice.
Perfect.
And if not, I'll get back to you. I'm pretty sure we can send, I know we don't, yeah, this will suffice because we do it at the back of the office.
Okay.
Okay, so before you leave, whether you've made a final decision or not, I need an election form from everybody. If you haven't made a decision, let me know. I do have 2 more files and stuff. Haven't made a decision, take a blank with you, so you know what you're doing. And then you have to get back to Diane with your decision. All right, so we're done. On your way out, give me that form. Make sure you sign and date. Make sure you put your HSA deduction on there. Thank Can't put money in anymore.